Well, welcome to the Neuro Circus. I'm Kimberly Cox. Today I am going to give you my top 5 tips for packing for neurodivergent families, okay? So I'm going to preface this by saying these are kind of off the top of my head. So if I think of any better ones, I'll just make another video on it, right? Right. So my first tip for packing is to do your research on the place you are going, okay? So if you're going to a place that has let's say we are going to a resort, it's an all-inclusive resort where you don't have to really leave. Everything's gonna be that you're gonna do is gonna be pretty much right there, walking distance or right there, okay? And let's just say that we're not talking about the D word or anything like that. That's a whole other animal in itself. I've never been there. And when I do finally go and take my kids, you guys are gonna get it all. You're gonna see the documentation before, during, after, I promise. So one of the things that I think helps though is to know certain things. So let me just give you the example, okay? The little example that I'm gonna use for this particular video. You're going to a resort, you're gonna be gone like a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, four nights, 5 days. And it's got, a pool, it's got a hot tub, it's got some kids activities and fun things. It's got, some stuff you gotta pay a little bit for, some stuff that's included. You're gonna have to think of food, you're gonna have to think of, activities and break time and clothing and all that kind of stuff, okay? Just to give you an idea of where we're going and how we're gonna think through this planning. So my first piece of advice is to pack more clothing than you think you're going to need, especially for anybody who is neurodivergent in your family, okay? And I say that because sometimes there's things that happen, okay? For instance, I don't know about you, but I do not enjoy putting on a wet bathing suit. So if I'm going to go swimming in the morning and then go back into the pool in the evening, if I don't have access to a dryer, okay, which some places do, but a lot of them you have to pay for. So my advice is always to pack 2 swimsuits, okay? And then the one can be drying while you're wearing the other one, and then we flip. The other issue I see with clothing is sometimes if we're already overstimulated, tags, different various things can just set us over the edge. So if we're in that moment and we need that, having extra changes of clothes, even if it's something you're like, this is tagless, why is my kid going crazy? They just do not feel right in it in the moment. And that doesn't mean you can't take it off and the next morning when they're all good and rested and not overstimulated yet, you could put it on them then and they could be fine. It just has to do with us paying attention and having different options so that we're not allowing ourselves to get so overstimulated that we get into a meltdown. So pack more clothing than you need. At least 2 swimsuits, extra, socks, shirts, pants, underwear, all that stuff. Just pack more than you're gonna need. Second is gonna be to pack your comfort items for your kid. Whatever your kid's chosen comfort items are, those things that when they're in the middle of a meltdown, they cling to, a blanket, a stuffed animal, whatever it is, make sure those things are with you. A lot of times I will tell my kids, you need to go find those things that you want to bring with you. Make sure you do not forget XYZ stuffed animal or XYZ blanket, whatever. I will make sure, and then they will be responsible for those things getting into the car or the plane or whatever it is. So that is number 2. Number 3, have some stash. And when I mean stash, I mean it doesn't have to be like, a million bags or pieces or whatever, but have a decent amount of comfort foods for your neurodivergent people, okay? Because again, overstimulation happens. Sometimes I will tell you this, I have been known to make ramen and coffee pots at hotels, okay? It's just a thing. If your kids are hungry, if they're overstimulated, if you're hungry, if you're overstimulated, like, it's hard to continue moving if you are overstimulated and you're starting to just like go because your needs are not being met. Needs need to be met first, no matter what, whether you're on vacation, whether you're with family, whether you're at home. Needs always need to be met, because think about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We cannot go to the higher levels of needs when we have unmet needs. So we have pack more clothing than you think you need. What was the second one? Pack more clothing than you think you need. Comfort items and preferred foods. Okay, those are 3. Another thought that I have on this is to pack, like, have a plan, okay? Have a notebook, have like all of do your research before you go, know what your different options are. I would never say to pack a plan into a time period. I would say give choices. Okay, these 3 things are going on today. We can do this one, we can do this one, or we can do this one. Which one do you want to do the most? Let's start with that one, so that if we run out of stamina and we just need a break, we're not gonna not get to do the one that you really want to do. So having the plan, having everything written down so that you wake up one morning and you didn't sleep very well the night before, and you're like, okay, we're just gonna squeeze the most out of this. We're not gonna push everybody, but we're at least gonna attempt to keep going for a little bit. And you're like, I'm gonna just wake up, I'm gonna have some breakfast, and we're gonna go over the plan, see if we can figure out something. And that's the other thing, is sometimes in those moments, if you can find the novelty things that are gonna make everybody have a good time, you're gonna re-energize yourself without necessarily the need for a nap. So have your plan, bring it with you. Note any phone numbers, any websites, any directions for ordering tickets or deadlines for ordering tickets on that plan, so that the night before you can view that plan and you can go, okay, like, these are the things I need to know for tomorrow's plan. Do I need to call and have a reservation made real quick? Do I need to, order tickets online? Know those things. And then my 5th thing is kind of a 2-for-1, and that is have fun, right? Be very intentional about making the moments fun. And what's the way I want to word this? Just monitor your expectations. A lot of times we get disappointed because we have these grand expectations because we see other people doing all of these things, and we're like, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna take pictures here, and I'm gonna have my kids holding this snake thing, and we do all that, and then we get into the moments and we have meltdowns, and we ourselves are tired, and things don't necessarily work out, especially if it's, say, something that is not always like, I think sometimes like some of the shows and stuff at some of the theme parks and stuff are regularly, they are really good about being on time and stuff. But if it's like a resort that's bringing in something special, maybe it doesn't show up on time, or maybe they don't start right on the dot, and you've got kids that are frustrated, and you have to take them out for a minute to walk them around and get some energy out before you come back in, and then you miss something. Just monitor those expectations so that they're not way up there where they can get just smashed. If you keep them at a manageable level, and then just keep reminding yourself that you're learning, okay? This is all a learning curve for all of us. We're all in this boat together trying to just live the best life. So, okay, maybe the first time you went somewhere was not the greatest time. Review that when you get home, after you've had some sleep and after you've had some, some time to think about it. What went wrong? What didn't you have that you needed? It could be as much as information from the place that you're at. Oh, they didn't tell me about this, this, and this. And so I didn't think to ask because I didn't know I needed to know that. So next time I'm going to make sure, like maybe it's okay, they have a free breakfast there, but they also have this place that has like donuts and stuff for sale. So now I have to like usher my kids into the free breakfast place where they're going to get cereal when there's these like really cool looking cinnamon rolls and donuts over here for sale. And I didn't plan for that, So there's all these just different things that can come up. So just make sure you are paying attention, doing your homework, have a plan. Again, pack more than you need. Pack your comfort items. Pack the preferred foods, some safe foods. Pack your itinerary and pack your patience and your fun. I'm Kimberly Cox. This is the Neuro Circus. Thank you so much for watching. If you got any value out of today, could you give this a thumbs up, like it, comment below, and let me know what some of your tips are for traveling with neurodivergent family members. And I'm excited that you guys are here. I will talk to you guys all later. Bye.